Hello and welcome to another day of landscape photography. Those of you that have been following me on Instagram today will probably already have seen that I've been contending with cows all day. Pretty wide angle lens that I have on here. That cow is pretty close to me. I'm actually somewhat surrounded at the minute. So just trying to squeeze through onto the beach. I'm here with my dad. We've come to Bamburgh in Northumberland, and I've been filming here all day, and these cows have kind of been just around all day. I think they're attracted to me or something. Maybe they can smell the fear, I don't know. But that aside, I want to get a few good shots today. I'm hopeful, or we are hopeful, for a really nice sunset today. Things look positive at the moment. I want to try and get the castle in an image as well with some of this beautiful light that we've got at the moment. So I'd really like it if you were to come with me. Let's go. I thought he had it, so I decided to pan up and missed him fall. Whoa. Right, so I'm set up for the first shot of the day, and I haven't really got a plan today. Me and my dad have come here to shoot something else, but we had a bit of spare time, so I wanted to capture a few extra images and make a vlog at the same time. It's interesting actually because I have shot a couple of vlogs from here before. The last one I talked about having a solid plan, and I don't have anything today, but I think I now know the location well enough to be able to do that. The tide is going quite far out today. It's lower than I've ever seen it here before, and it has exposed, if I move around a bit, this little pool here with this really interesting rock in it. And as a piece of foreground interest, it looks absolutely stunning. It's a black rock covered in beautiful little barnacles, a bit of seaweed, and then there's like a pool of seawater surrounding it, and it just looks really nice. So the way I've composed it is by going vertical on the 16 to 35mm lens here, and I've got the camera really nice and close to that rock to go to 16mm, as wide as it will go, and just fill that foreground with the rock. I then have the beach and a bit of the sea in the frame as well, going up to Bamburgh Castle in the background there. I also have some really nice high altitude cloud above me here, just above my head now there, look. And that is sort of cutting in from the top left-hand corner of the frame, and it's just working out into a really nice vertical image to get us going. I'm hoping this sky is going to last. We're not going to get a load of cloud cover come over for the end of the day. It's looking pretty good at the moment, but as a first shot, when there's still a couple of hours to go until sunset, I think this is going to work really nicely. So settings wise, I am at f14 because I am really quite close to that rock, and then Bamburgh Castle is quite a way off in the distance. It looks smaller actually than it is because I'm at such a wide angle, but it's really still going to work for the image. I then am at 1/25th of a second, get the right exposure, ISO 100 on the vertical. I think it's going to work really nicely. So let's shoot that now, 2-second timer. Have a quick look at that. Yeah, that's just really nice. Some of the golden light that's coming from the left of the frame, striking that rock, and it just looks fantastic. Some beautiful colours and tones in there that I will emphasise in post-production, but yeah, great start to the afternoon shoot. That golden light's hitting the castle as well in the distance. One more look. Yeah, happy with that, really happy. Second shot of the day now, and one of the things I really like about being on the beach here in Northumberland, looking at Bamburgh Castle, when the tide goes out, and this shot is not dissimilar to something I've shot before, but the way the beach is shaped is you can kind of stand on the beach as the tide goes out, still looking across the sea to Bamburgh Castle, just because of the way, I don't know, the way the beach is sloped or something. I just think it looks really good in an image, as you have the sea kind of right in front of you in the foreground and then have the castle above. It almost looks like you are kind of standing in the sea. And that's what I'm going for today. So what I'm doing is trying to get just in the bottom of the frame a little bit of this beautiful black seaweed, because when the light is catching it, it just makes it look really interesting and really detailed. So I've just got a small layer along the bottom of the frame. I then have the tide or the sea coming in across the midground. Then we go up to the dunes and then we go up to the castle itself. Now what I'm hoping, I'm going for a long exposure, and what I'm hoping is that when I smooth the water out, it will create a couple of nice shapes that sort of lead you in, because we've got the waves coming in to the right-hand side of the frame and then the edge of the actual sea where it's coming to on the beach on the left-hand side. And I'm hoping that is going to lead me round into the castle. I've then also got some really, really interesting clouds above the castle. They're starting to pick up a bit of the warm light, still some nice blue tones in there as well, but it's just looking really good. So for this exposure, I'm going really long again. I've got the 24 to 70 on like I did last week. I've got the 16 stop filter on again. It's a bit brighter than it was last week though, so it's not going to be quite as long as that shot last week. I've already put the settings into PhotoPills app. I already have the 16 stop filter on the front as well, focused in, focus locked, that kind of thing. Cap over the viewfinder as well, because I don't want any light leaking in, because it's a 5 minute, let's have a look, I can't remember what it is now, 5 minute 41 second exposure at ISO 160. So I've upped the ISO because I didn't want to go too much over 6 minutes today, and that's going to work really well. So I'm just going to 2-second timer, shoot the image, and then just wait and see how that turns up as my dad is in the frame behind me. But that's cool. It's a really nice day out with my dad shooting, and it's looking like a really positive, beautiful evening is on its way as well. I would like another shot with some beautiful colour in it. Right, so let's just hang fire for a couple of minutes. Okay, so that's finished exposing now, and let's have a look. The castle looks good, the sky looks beautiful, creamy and delicious, again, like I said on the video last week. There was also a lot of people walking dogs, moving through the scene. That's one of the great things about long exposures. If the exposure is long enough and people don't stand still for too long, the long exposure will remove them from the picture. Let's just zoom in and check that's the case. Yeah, some of them did stand still for quite a long time, and there's a slight bit of ghosting, but it's not enough to spoil the image, so I'm really happy with that. Sort of straightforward. It's a nice perspective to look up on this castle, bring a gradient down again, just darken that sky just a touch, and it'll look absolutely beautiful. Another straightforward shot that I'm really, really happy with. Right, so we're down to the final shot of the day now. We are minutes away from sunset, and I'm not quite sure now what the sky is going to do. I can't actually see the horizon where the sun is setting, so if it goes behind a bank of cloud, the scene in front of me here is not going to light up. So I've kind of got two options. I've got this shot here, which is just going to be shooting straight out to sea, and then I've got another one behind me, which is basically the scene behind me here with that kind of bank of the dunes, and the moon is there as well, and it's reflecting off this beautiful surface of this sand where the sea has receded and left lots of water on this really quite hard sand, and it just looks fantastic. That's actually what I'm shooting in this scene here, just using some of these shapes here to create leading lines running into the sea. I actually came across a blog post or a discussion group the other day that was talking about getting great shots every time you go out and do landscape photography, and that just isn't going to happen. You shouldn't be going out looking for superb images every single time. Just go out and take images. With your photography, don't be too hard on yourself. Just take your time, and on a day like today, especially when you're not sure what's going to happen, keep it simple. And this shot here is very simple. I'm just using these shapes in the sand where some of the sand is dry, some of it is wet, and then going out to sea with the horizon on the rule of thirds, hopefully some colour in the sky, and it couldn't be more simple. Couldn't be more simple. And then I've got a second option behind me, like I said, if that doesn't work out. You don't need to come back with a superb image every time. It's the act of getting out. That's what's going to improve your photography, just by going out and out and out, and do it as much as you possibly can with the time you have available. And I know a lot of you don't have much time available. I can't always get out, but it's good to do it as much as you possibly can, whether you're alone, whether you're with someone like I am today. It's great either way, and having a mix works really well. Going forward to Christmas, I wish you all the very best, whether you celebrate Christmas or not. Stick around until the end to see the image that works out here, and also there'll be the end screen too, hopefully with a fairly positive Christmassy type message as well. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. Let me know what your plans are, or your photography plans are for 2019. I'd love to hear from you. Anyway, I'm Adam. This is First Man Photography in the absolutely stunning Northumberland coast. There's my dad as well. Out.